Hello, everybody, boys and girls, children, all ages. This is me, Dukect here, live on the Dukect Lounge today on this Wednesday evening, and hopefully you are doing well. And thank you so much for joining me here live on TalkShoe.com. And remember, if you want to join in the live show, the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. All right, let's see. Let's get into some stuff that's happened this week. I mean, there's a lot of trailers about came out this week. Some good stuff. I saw the Spider-Man trailer, this, that, the other. But, most part they look good. But I'm here's hoping they're going to be good movies. They look great. Spider-Man, Lego movie, all that good stuff. Bumblebee, which was really surprising. It looks actually halfway decent. I'm hopeful that it's actually, something that's actually somewhat decent. But, it's still going to be produced under Michael Bay, so you never know, right? You don't know. But anyway, how y'all doing this evening? And let's get into what the main big story. Let's talk about CM Punk. Yep. Phillip Brooks and Scott Colton. The CM Punk. Phillip Brooks, AKA CM Punk, Wrestling Punk, and Colt Cabana, AKA Scott Colton. They were found a victory of a court case. And that court case started, ladies and gentlemen, way back. Of this whole thing, this lawsuit with Dr. Chris Amman and WWE. So let's see. Let's go back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look what happened here. This started, ladies and gentlemen, about the 2014 podcast. We started this defamation lawsuit, the Dr. Chris Amman's defamation lawsuit. Against CM Punk. It started way back in 4 years ago. This November 2014, when you had this big, huge podcast, which I still have and listen to, about CM Punk called Banner, the Art of Wrestling. And let me tell you, it was a very interesting podcast. One of the most interesting stuff I heard. He said a lot of stuff that was really, he said a lot of, we got a lot of details. Talked about his feelings about, Vince and Triple H, and including, like I said, the person who is the doctor of WWE, Dr. Chris Amman. And this is about the podcast. I talked about Punk's time at actually WWE. And this was something a lot of people were just like, I followed it a bit, but I didn't really, I didn't really care. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't like at bated breath and looking like, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, what's going to do? That sort of thing. And I didn't even care. I didn't even talk about it on the podcast. I didn't even, know about it. I've just read some of the notes. And there were interesting notes and such in the days about the trial and everything else and the stress that was around Punk and Colt Cabana. And let's see. And you'll look at this. And it was from a What Culture, talk about his CM Punk needs with Chick Madden, CM Punk was Chick Maggot and such. Yeah. But anyway, here's something really interesting. This is from WhatCulture.com. And I know that some people might not like What Culture or anything else about the website, anything like that. But they did have the 10 major revelations to CM Punk and such like that. Yeah, I do have the things that was also I'll put the link in the description, the 10 major relations with CM Punk versus the Dr. Chris Amman and such. He said that, it said here, and this is the number 9th one. 10th was the chick magnet thing. Who cares about that? But it says, I'll get the most significant ones here. It says, the current situation around WWE injuries and such. WWE told Kane to put Punk through a table, despite even though he might have a possible concussion. The boys in it says that during the 2004 Rumble, the boys in the back in gorilla position ordered Kane to get out there to eliminate Punk and put him through a table, despite the messages having come back to him that Punk had a potential concussion. This is really interesting because, interesting because the injuries and such. CM Punk had the serious stuff about concussions, and you have like Chris Nowinski and all these other people who have former WWE wrestler who really have been pushing about concussions, about how dangerous they are, and how WWE or all the other pro sports need to take this much more seriously, especially all these other situations and such about that. And he said, no article things here says Kofi Kingston. It was like talk about the clothesline Punk, giving him what Punk's to be a effing concussion, and he relates this to referee Mike Cohn. The Department tells Punk to stay down. Punk says no, wants to carry on the match, and eventually the order is given to Kane to eliminate him and such. And supposedly this was all part of the plan. About this. It was like, okay, this is how to plan, but maybe he'd had one, maybe he didn't. But if he had a concussion and saying that he might have a concussion, he should have been like, okay, you should, like, if you got a concussion, just go out of the ring. We'll just we'll make sure you can just get out of the ring and something like that. Maybe the table spot wasn't meant to, not to do something like that. But yeah, it's, if they have a concussion, I think they should have said, okay, this guy is like, you should make sure that this person wasn't endangering themselves. That was the thing. Make sure they weren't endangering themselves, someone, athletes, to make sure that happens and everything. Which is, yeah. Yeah. And another thing, let's look at the other stuff. He talked about, how Colt Cabana's, Scotty Bowman's run. Yeah, about all this other stuff. About Punk, first promo, yada. But, and the lawyer right here, this was, again, I'm skipping all the most meaningless stuff, but I'm talking about the other stuff here. It says, Dr. Amman's lawyer made mistakes with Chris Amman, and it says, the number, this is number 5, it says, a number of notes from the trial detail basic mistakes being made by Dr. Amman's lawyer during the course of cross-examinations. These are from WrestleZone's Ross Berman. It says, AJ is presented with a text, I think this is AJ Lee, I think. I don't know. Maybe it says, yeah, it says AJ Lee. Yeah, exactly. AJ Brooks or whatever. Her name nomenclature is right now. Is presented with a text exchange that neither her nor the defense recognized as introduced. The counsel asked AJ if she recognized the exchange, to which she replied, "This is Zack Ryder." It is quickly understood that the wrong text message has been presented. Amman's lawyer corrects the error and presents the correct text exchange. Amman's attorney actually does the above 4 times in the space of a few minutes, as well as reading from the wrong deposition and repeatedly getting in muddle over their own words. Yeah. Yeah, the lawyer made mistakes. Dr. Amman's lawyer made a ton of mistakes here, which is quite really disturbing that this, but this weird. Weird that this lawyer he should have got a lawyer, a really good lawyer. This person seems like he's just bumbling and stumbling around. I'm like, why couldn't you get someone like who's actually competent? That's really disturbing. I don't know what they're paying you, what they're paying Dr. Chris Amman, but man, he should have got a little bit more to get a better lawyer. another thing, it was interesting about this was that he was just CM Punk was in a very bad place 4 years ago. He's like he was bitter of the company. He said about this about how it was. He just breaks down in tears, saying when we go back, he felt at times it's hard to bring up memories. Going from the article says he's tired of things. He's tried to move on. He's tried to move on past. And his mental health, he was breaking down physically as well. He was trying to have headaches, lack of sleep, no appetite, narrow vision, dizziness, and unable to support his head with his neck. And he confirms at the time, vomiting after every match and even having random crying spells. My head was a fishbowl, he told the jurors. I'd be in catering 1 second fine, next welling up. I'm sure I wasn't fun to be around. So he was really in that mode of being in just a really bad place. Of not just being in these like matches, but storylines and everything else. Everything just completely Punk's and all the stuff, his turn attitude, all this stuff, and all this other stuff that he Phillip Brooks has, all this stuff is just builds up, and again, wouldn't be a problem with WWE. Just like hey, maybe if you had your main guys rest a bit and actually recharge, they wouldn't have these issues. They say WWE's a big family, but they should make sure that they're guys and gals who actually put themselves on the line, put themselves through rigorous hell, get the mental and physical health, make sure the mental and physical health there. I mean, not just going to shows, but also fan reactions, fan meetups, all this stuff, plus all the crap on social media and everything, and all that stuff that just could just drain you and like basically make you feel like complete garbage and such. I mean, you just had like Star Wars actress. Let's see. You have this, the Star Wars. It's Kelly Marie Tran. She had to just delete her Instagram because of all the negative stuff with The Last Jedi. Which, by the way, I've seen. Again, I didn't really care for it. I can understand people didn't like it, but I can understand why people did love it. It was just and I don't really care about the movie, but when you start just bagging on people like that, it's just wrong. You don't do that. You just don't. And people need to just stop, take a breath, and move. That's what and that's what I started doing. When Raw is bad, I'll just go and do something else. Like, if you're feeling so bad, there's other avenues. Don't get too personally attached. There's all these other avenues and things. Play a game, listen to a podcast, mine and many others and such. Watch videos, do something, play video. Don't get so angry. All these other things, that sort of stuff, and that's what I had to say about that. This anger and everything else, and this does connect you to, again, fan base anger, all this stuff. I mean, and I guarantee you, the people who are, treating all this stuff about saying they support, Kelly Marie Tran, were probably some of the same people who were just bagging on Roman Reigns or something like that, saying all the stupid stuff without a hint of irony, still calling that stuff down, but saying it's okay to do that. Anybody, again, if you want to have standards, follow up on them, That's all I got to say about that. But back to the main point, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the point. And this stuff right there can just add up in time. Not just the fan reaction and all this stuff, not just social media, but also just being around the road, doing all these things. That can just really put yourself in this type of a negative place and such. Negative place, and just you can't really do what you want to, Sorry, and this is why I think UFC has it over with WWE, is that they don't, the wrestlers, the fighters don't fight every night. They do, like, they train, they do this, that, they fight every, they build themselves up later, and then they can just do other fights, but they don't fight every Monday night house show, every week, and all these other things, and drain these bodies out. Again, I think this is something that WWE needs to fix. It needs to fix. Needs to fix. Something that needs to fix. It's something that this needs to actually do something that would be more, progressive and positive for its wrestlers. Let's see. Yeah. You see other stuff, WWE trivia and everything like that. He talks about how the WWE works. There's some other stuff here. But again, I'm skipping all the stupid stuff. I'm looking at the more important stuff. We still got the WWE works and something like that. You see Phillip Brooks. You see CM Punk. I don't know if I'm gonna call him his wrestling name. He's not wrestling anymore. He's not wrestling anymore. I don't know if he wants to call that, but I don't care. But Phillip, Jack Brooks, CM Punk, whatever you want to call him. You had to go into the whole thing of just explaining how the WWE works, which basically, and I don't mind. Kayfabe died decades. It's gone. You can't bring that back. And well, when you're in the courtroom, you can't basically keep holding that up because jail or losing a bunch of money or going to jail will make people tell the truth more. Like, it will be a heavy incentive to you to tell the truth. If you're gonna lose a lot of money or go to jail, kayfabe, go away. They're not gonna keep kayfabe alive. So they gotta go through work. It says. And he the article goes on and says, by the way, like I said, it's a top 10 list, so you have to deal with that. It says exactly about the Royal Rumble. It says, quote, writers don't have a lot to say what happens in the ring. Writers write storylines, wrestlers put the matches together. Then they get a hit with Road Dogg and such, and but yeah, situation about that. Of course, it's something very, we all know about that. Writers write storylines mainly to amuse or interest one man, Vince, and the bookers try to make the matches at least somewhat in the game, somewhat entertaining. And I know first time people saying Road Dogg is the worst thing ever. I'm not gonna go on that. I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, I think, they do have some, maybe minuscule, some responsibility, but it has to see something has to go to the athletes, which I still call the wrestlers athletes, performers or something. I mean, it does, being put up together and something like that they take some sort of brand, but if your performance is terrible, you kind of like, hey, maybe it was the actor or the performer that they had to take some of the blame too. That's all I say about that. And here's an interesting part of the Royal Rumble is it says right the article says Punk claims that wrestlers are merely told what number of people are coming in and roughly when they want them out. The wrestlers themselves build the Rumble like, okay, here's your number, here's when you're getting out. And they basically tell the wrestlers, have fun. Which I think is a better way to do it because I don't even want to know how would you book that. Like from each person, how to go out, how did this person get in, get out, and everything else. That happens. Something screws up, you don't know. So yeah. And the last thing is he doesn't want to wrestle again, which is, that's actually a good thing. He doesn't want to wrestle again. Yeah. Yeah, he wants to move on with his life. So he wants to go back to UFC 225, train that. But I think, if he wants to go into UFC and, which the last time he fight, which, didn't end up well. But overall, he really, really, he was like, you know what? He tried his best and it didn't work out. It just didn't work out, but you have to look at that. Like, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, but yeah, if he wants to leave, he wants to do something, then hey, that's all power to him. And hopefully, if he wants to come back, let him come back in his own terms. If that's just for a Hall of Fame induction, so be it. But yeah, he wants to just stay away from WWE or wrestling in general. After his last stint, where you hear when his podcast was and listen to the podcast and see just how bad he felt afterwards, and and such. So yeah, I think he should just if he wants to stay away, then that's like what he doesn't want to get that stress. So let him move on. And I'm also very happy that Scott Colton, aka Colt Cabana, got through this, and because honestly, that $4 million would have hurt. That would have really hurt him, and I don't think he could have actually paid that off. I don't know about that, but I think I would have really hurt him. But anyway, I'm happy that stuff is this chapter in both of their lives it's over. They can move on. They can really re-release the podcasting, even though it's probably on the internet. And it's already up there. Even if whatever court order you have, it's still going to be up there. And when you have something on the internet, it will basically be there forever. 95% of the time. Anyway, we're going to take a small break. And after that, we're going to look at the, take a really sharp turn. And go to E3 and get hyped. Yes, we're going to try to get hyped for the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2018 E3 and talk about the good, the bad, and what you're going to expect. Here live on the Dukect Lounge. Thanks so much for joining me here on TalkShoe.com. And what are we going to listen to that gets people hyped? We're going to give some people hype about the... we're gonna people hyped for the. What would be a good song to get people hyped for? Let's see. Da, 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 da. How about? Okay, let's see. Super Mario RPG Windows to the Stars. How about that song? How about let's listen to. Let's see. Amphibious A. Let's see. Yoster Sunset. Welcome to Yoster Island. Amphibious. Go listen to that album. It's great. You can download it on ocremix.com. You can listen to lots of albums and lots of remixes of songs. Go support them. They're really good stuff. Anyway, listen to this song. It's really good. It's nice and peppy and happy, and it will be perfect. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen, for the getting into E3 and the hype it will bring. We'll be right back right after this. This is Dukect Live on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back here on TalkShoe.com. Back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me here live on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for being here and being here and listening to me live on TalkShoe.com on my new night on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully you are having a good time. Anyway, let's get into the big show. And I'm talking about Paul White. Yes, E3. Well, what else to say? It's the gaming mecca and everything else. Everyone who has gone to E3, everything is great. It's what's going to happen? What's going to be? What is your, expectations? And what is going to be? What is going to sit there and actually going to talk about this big thing? What is going to be for E3? Let's see, because there's a lot of stuff here. What is going to be the big thing that people will show up here for the huge show? Because, All right. Anyway, what is going to be here? So we know Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because Lord knows, hey, at this point, Assassin's Creed just continues to go into another, this thing has become like the video game version of just The Simpsons. It just won't die. Seriously, I don't care. Stop making these things. Seriously, just stop. It's time to stop. Because now we're going to Greece, because Lord knows we haven't done that. So yeah. You got, let's see, another thing. This is from Digital Trends. This is going to be the games right here people are talking about. And by the way, if you want to talk about what you want to, leave some in the comments. We'll be in the chat room, of course, if you're not a complete other idiotic racist. Which, by the way, I don't know why they continue trying to be here on my show. Maybe I'm just that. I just have that lightning rod for idiotic people. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I don't care. But anyway, if you want to talk about it and talk about it and say what games you want to get into, chat rooms on lock. Also, you can lay something on that comment section below on YouTube or Manic Expression or anywhere, Manic Expression, Freakout Network, anywhere I post stuff up here, BitChute or all that and all that good stuff. So yeah, and also you can post it on my Discord channel, which I will be. See if I can do a live stream. Let's see if I can actually set up and do a live stream of E3 via that or something like that. If I can do it. If not, I'll just do a hangout and just put the link there and just have people join me in there. Or I'll just find someone else and just latch on something else. I don't know what I'm going to do for E3, but it will be something cool. Hopefully. Anyway, so let's look at all the games here. And if you want to call in, remember, the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, it is 92417. All right, now. Let's see. Like I said, Assassin's Creed. Pokemon. I don't care for Pokemon. I never did. It looks like it's going to be... it looks like it's just going to be another... A lot of people are happy about this. Let's go Pikachu. Let's go... I don't know why people still like Pokemon. They still love it. Maybe because of the battles, the strategy, the strategery of it. But... Hey, that's your thing, but I just don't care about it. I try to care. Oh, I try. I would really try to care. And such. But yeah, it's just I want to really try to care, but it just seems like, man, I'm not really that type of stuff here, so So anyway, let's get into another stuff here. We have Fallout 76. Something again I will not buy a Bethesda game because of their let's see, that whole Prey debacle. Pray to the God. Let me just remind people about that. Let's see. But yes, last year they asked the name to be changed because it has Prey in it. pray to the gods. It's like Shadow of the Colossus and such. And they wanted to change their name because, oh, look, it might be, well, pray to the gods. Or now it's like, well, pray. Like, oh, gosh, we don't want that to, that could confuse people because people are idiots. And I'm just saying, you know what? I'm not going to play that game. I'm like, screw y'all, Bethesda. I'm done. They said, oh, they had no choice. So I love that quote. Like, we thought about, like, it's just, they like, they just, it just seems like it is. They just like, well, we had no other choice. And I love, that was like they had no other choice but to do that. You had a choice. You could have just said, you know what? Prayer to the gods. It just, pray. It wasn't even going to extend your little IP at all. And y'all want to do that. And yet, guess what? Prey didn't sell because you didn't market the damn thing. I was showing like 2 trailers, and then you want to say that, like, oh, it was this indie game. No, maybe if you stop wasting time doing your lawsuits and threatening lawsuits to indie developers, maybe, just maybe, if you actually put a little more money in the game, maybe people will say, oh, let me go and buy the game, because I heard it was pretty decent. But, hey, I am not going to, I am not going to do that, because again, this stuff right here, I have to make a line in the sand, so screw it. I'm not going to buy that type of stuff, man. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I just can't really take this stuff. I can't take Bethesda or anything of that type of just pettiness seriously. So I'm not going to reward them pettiness. So like I said, Fallout 76, I don't care. And let's move on. Another game I think is going to have a lot more hype to it is Mega Man 11, which looked great. It looks like it's just evolving from the 8-bit to 16-bit, with something I love. I'm hoping we could get a remake of this for Mega Man X. I want to see X Return or Zero, all this stuff. Or just have a full-on remake of just X and X2. Just have that. I mean, the storyline just is, wonky. Mega Man 11 looks beautiful. I love it. And this is Capcom actually giving a crap. Here's hoping they will continue giving a crap, because Lord knows, they need to start doing that right now. That'd be nice. Just really be nice. If they actually, get Capcom continue to just actually make good games, while continue kicking number 9 in the deck. Oh, Rage 2 is coming. That's a first-person shooter game. A lot of people seem to care for that. But yeah, it's, I'm not into that. But by the way, I'm reading from Digital Trends. I know, and I wonder. A lot of people are talking about the other stuff I might be into. This PS4, I believe, game called Ghost of Tsushima, which is interesting. You play as a samurai. In that, actually, this is actually interesting. Where you're going to play as a samurai. In the island of Tsushima. I hope I pronounced that right. And you have to ward off the invading Mongol Empire. Now that's something I might actually go and buy, because honestly I love a little samurai action, because that's so good. Also, Death Stranding. Maybe we can finally know something about this, because this looks everything. With all the stuff that's happened and everything that's going around, you sit there, you're like, man, this game better be good. This game better be something magical. I hope so. I really do. I want to see more. I want to see gameplay. Hideo Kojima has been sitting around doing a lot of stuff, and sitting around doing this stuff. I want to see gameplay. I haven't really messed with anything Kojima made since Metal Gear Solid 3. And I think that was probably the best Metal Gear Solid game, because it had the stealth. Everything perfect. Stealth. All that good stuff. Just beautiful stuff. It was nice. It was good. It was nice and clean. That sort of thing. So, yeah. I'm just, hopefully, that sort of thing. But anyway, let's see what else, what other thing is going to be on stuff here. Spider-Man. Oh, that looks actually good. I want to see more gameplay, even though it reminds me a bit of the Arkham City series of Batman, which is like, okay, here's hoping it's good, which looks really. I mean, hey, it's by Insomniac, the guys who did Ratchet and Clank and Spyro the Dragon, so it's going to be at least somewhat good. And Spider-Man has had a pretty good video game run for the most part. Kind of. Sort of. But anyway, Spider-Man, I hope that looks good. I really can't wait to see that. Then you have The Last of Us Part 2. Yeah. A lot of people seems to be interesting. A lot of people can't wait to see that. It's going to be a lot of anger, hate, and everything else about that. Let's see what else stuff about this. It takes place in Seattle. Okay, no wonder it's a hate. It takes place in Seattle. No wonder people don't like it. Right there. Like, okay, it's in Seattle. Oh, God, no. The hipsters. That's where the zombies come from. Okay. Anyway. It takes place 5 years after the original Last of Us. It's gonna look around a lot of negative stuff about part 2 is gonna be about hate. Yeah. I think Joel and Ellie are gonna have a bit of a falling off. I'm just saying. It's going to I expect I think there's a lot of things. He might have died, or some people say, "Oh, he might have died," or something like that. But maybe this could be Ellie could be going crazy, or Ellie is just going to really start hating Joel or something. Who knows what's gonna happen with this interesting series that people seem to care and like about. I might actually go and play if I get a PS4. So yeah. Oh, The Division 2. Ubisoft, because hey, glitches in an open world glitching third person shooter, because that's what the world needs. So yeah. And it's gonna come out March 31st, 2019. Oh joy. Who cares? No more. Just no. Why is that here? Actually, unless you want to come and tell me why the Division is useful, because I want someone to actually talk about that. But anyway, there's Starlink, Battle for Atlas or something. I heard that looks to be good because that's gonna basically dry a hole in my wallet. I mean, if the games, and then you have to attach toy ships to the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. If you haven't heard anything about it, but they say it's gonna be an E3. It will launch, and it looks like it's not gonna launch on the Switch at all. It's expected to launch on the PS4, Xbox, and the PC. Oh, the Switch just lost an exclusive. Ooh, right there. Da 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 da. Oh, then you have Transference. It's about VR, which I don't care about. Then you have Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is supposedly, here's hoping it's actually gonna be good. I might actually start doing a stream of Beyond Good and Evil if y'all want me to do that, afterwards, because that seems to be a really fun game. But yeah, that looks to be something people love about that, Beyond Good and Evil. That's good. A lot of people like that game, and I think a trailer looked interesting as hell. I'm hoping that they do something with it, but I'm not going to say this right now. I was one of the few people. I bought Beyond Good and Evil for $50 on like 2 or 3 weeks when it was out there. I actually did the right capitalistic thing and bought the game when it was new, when it was $50. And what did I get? Like a couple months later, I saw it on sale for $20. Man, I'm like, man, I'm mad. Oh man, I'm just but it's okay. I said it's cool, but you know what? That means that now people have a lot of positive stuff and been cutting the stuff. And now they are going to have character customization, online co-op, everything that was missing in the game. Because it was, as much as I liked the game, it was about pictures and how stealth and how the press really did do well. It was actually nice being a reporter and doing something other than you had guns and everything else. So you had weapons, but your main weapon was your camera, your proof to show people that you had that you were, that this thing, this evil this evil army and such was, again, was evil. It proved it. It got people riled out. It made people actually do it. It was that type of stuff, and I liked that. I was like, well, that was something I really liked about the game. Oh, let's see. Skull and Bones, that's gonna be one. I can't, that looks pretty cool. So you have it's just basically everyone it's basically Sea of Thieves, but more grittier. It went through the DC movie universe filter. Yeah, I went there. But also you can do 6 players can come in 6, commandeer ships, set sail in the ocean to engage in combat, acquire loot, and customize your ship along the way. It looks pretty cool. Let's see what else. Anthem. Oh yes, Anthem. BioWare. And honestly, can we just say at this point, when BioWare finally croaks, we can just put this on this epitaph that, this will be its last real game. I have lost so much faith after Mass Effect Andromeda. I hate that game. I hate it. The story was bad. The acting was bad. The writing was bad. The glitches were bad. Hilariously, they were funny. And well, let me tell you something about and this is on the video podcast. This is what one of the, ladies and gentlemen, one of the let's see if I still have it. Oh yes, it is. I still have this. Here it is. It's one of, ladies and gentlemen, a achievement. With our powers combined. Yeah. Captain Gosh Darn Planet. That alone is just bad enough. And the glitches too. This game, you know how bad this game is, ladies and gentlemen? That game crashed on me not once. In a whole stem, it crashed on me in one game sitting. Mass Effect Drama crashed me not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4, but 5 times. 5 times. That game crashed on me 5 times. Oh my, this game. Oh my, that game. So terrible. So terrible. So completely, totally messed up. And I honestly deserves this scoring. And I don't know what they're going to do with the Mass Effect franchise after that. I wish they just do some detective. Heck, do a story on Asari, Homeworld, Ilium, and have them just do detective stories, have those that Asari police officer just go out and just boom, bam, bam, just take out folks, murder folks. That sort of now that would be a game I want to play. That'd be actually interesting. But Anthem, well, let's see what BioWare can do with Anthem. If this is going to be their reveal, the savior, is this going to be their savior, or this will finally doom them to, well, irrelevancy? So it's a Destiny-style open-world cooperative shooter with a future realm where Freelanders wear power suits, a javelin to help protect the walled city with monsters encroaching from the outside. Yeah, I don't care. I don't trust this game. I don't. I wanted to like it. I want to. If you want to say in the comments to save Anthem, go ahead. But I just don't. I just know. I don't. All right. Also, Smash Brothers for Switch. That looks to be really fun. Fun. I can't wait. It's going to have a Super Smash Brothers. I mean, what else can you say about Super Smash Brothers? It's one of the best fighting games Nintendo's ever made. Heck, I would say it's probably one of the top fighting games I ever played. Yeah, I would say it's probably one of the top fighting games of all time. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be really fun. It's Splatoon's Inklings, and I guarantee there's going to be more people revealed. Another one is going to be, another game is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Looks like it's going to finally end the whole origin story, and it's going to be dark and gritty and such. Well, interesting. Here's hoping it's going to be at least somewhat good, and I need to get the Rise and all that stuff, all the DLC and everything, just to package in next time when a Steam sale happens, I'll get the next big thing there eventually. Then we get the controversial Battlefield 5. Yeah, women shooting, being, in the game, which I'm like, fine. Even though it's World War II and they're basically, like, Battlefield, what is wrong with you? Battlefield, what is wrong? Battlefield 1 was actually pretty fun. I loved it. It was really fun. It was actually World War I. You had all this type of stuff. It's really good. I actually liked it. I actually still play it on occasion. But this Battlefield 5, you're trying going back to World War II because Lord knows that hasn't been tried again and again and again. Stop with World War II. Maybe, do something crazy. Sci-fi, magic, a spell, something like that. Battlefield Magic Edition or something like that. Let's do something, that sort of thing. Instead, you can have like a woman with like a disabled woman with like a hook for a hand shooting people, which I'm like, I don't know if that happened in World War II. I understand inclusion, but I don't know. I'm like, fine, okay, you want to have that, fine, but acknowledge the women who let me see who was the let's see, which was it? Let's see. Send me let's see, there's Xenia Ponetia, let's see. You have someone like Maria Oksapolska. She was a tank driver actually. That was female tank drivers. Hopefully they can put that in. Or you have Antonia Macavola. She is. That's she actually collaborated and such. Oh, that was a bad one. I'm sorry. But here's the main one. Lumia Pakasino, Soviet Russia's deadliest sniper. Oh, now that's a game. People were a woman that they were like, so she killed supposedly shooting a number of over 300 Germans. How many people? Suppose said 300, some say 100. But I think that would be actually more interesting game if you had that. But, hopefully they will. That would actually be interesting instead of just pandering. This pandering nonsense. But hey, if it's fine. But I just, it screams out pandering. And all I want is actually good gameplay. But I'm not going to buy this because, it's just going back to World War II again because it just seems like it's just more. I'm just a little tired of World War II. I mean, it's like let's go back to World War II. I'm like, no. Can we just not do World War II? I mean, what about something interesting? How about Battlefield Magic or something? Magic or like I said, Wizards or something, or go farther in the future. Screw it. How about not Advanced Warfare like Call of Duty, but actually have like spaceships, maybe take out some aliens or something. Battlefield Aliens. How's that? Well, World War I with aliens. How's that? That would be pretty cool. Oh, and Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is just going to be a multiplayer only game. Who cares? Move on. FIFA 19, Madden 19. Oh, sweet Christmas. I don't want to talk talk about that. That's just no. What is there to do about that? Then you have what is going to be Hitman 2, supposedly. That one from Hitman's that some people want to see that. Agent 47, because I heard there's actually pretty good stuff with that. So I never got into the Hitman series, but Mortal Kombat 11, something they say that should be another game. This came out. Mario Tennis Aces, that's coming out next June 22nd. Yeah, it's coming out this month, so I'm definitely gonna get that next month. This other thing, and yeah, Octopath Traveler, which I'm not into that. I'm trying to. I'm not into that class style JRPG type of stuff. I'm not into that. If you are, great. I hope you are going to love that game. But yeah, no, I don't care. But let's see, Crackdown 3, which will probably never show up. But yeah, The Crew 2, which interest. Well, hopefully this will be there at E3. Here's hoping it will, and actually they'll actually have more something more engaging, more gameplay, which seems to be interesting though. You got Cyberpunk 2017, which looks really interesting. I might based on Mike Pondsmith's tabletop RPG. This could be something really interesting about. This could be Cyberpunk 20. Basically, Mike Pondsmith's similar tabletop RPG, Cyberpunk 2020. 2017, which takes place in the further future, could be something really good and interesting. So I might have to check that out. So who knows? We have Days Gone. We have the smuggy white boy douchebag who tries to quark and everything else. But yet, somehow, zombie virus, quirky guy, and then just, wackiness ensues. So yeah, that's going to be fun. We have Dreams. That looks somewhat interesting. Kingdom Hearts 3, which hopefully will finally have a debut. I want to have the game in my hands. I want it. I want to see it in my hands before they say it's going to come out this year, but I'm still waiting to see if it's going to come out. I don't think it's going to come out this year. Just saying. Shenmue 3, it looks like it's coming off in 2019. A lot of people have waited for this series and such. Then you have Yoshi on, again, Shenmue 3. I never played a game. I just never got into it. Yoshi on Switch. A lot of people like Yoshi, so I think that's going to be on E3, definitely. Metro Exodus, I think that's going to be there. That's going to be something a lot of people looks like it's like the Metro series, but via Fallout, which would be interesting. You got Supersonic Racing, concerned in the crowds. That, and then you have hopefully it's going to be good. Hopefully it's a lot better than Sonic R. That's the hope. And then you have Halo 6, people games that hope to be there. I think that they're going to see that. Halo 6, which is something a lot of people have been waiting for, and hopefully a good way to finish off that 6-game trilogy thing, which I don't think people really cared for. I mean, people cared for it, but I haven't. Metro Prime 4, I bet they will have something to show. I think there's going to be at least some cutscenes or gameplay footage for that. I think it'd be really cool to see that. Below, that looks to be something, maybe that could be there. A lot of people, I think that game's pretty much done. I don't see that. Metro Prime 4, I see that's going to come this year. I think it's going to be one of the big things. Since Nintendo, pretty much, I think it will lead, not only we'll see gameplay footage, but I think we'll see gameplay for Metro Prime 4. But it will come out late 2019, early 2020. That's what I bet. I bet that game's going to come out 2020. I'm going to make a prediction right now. Right now, mark it down. Metroid Prime 4 will come out before Kingdom Hearts 3. Put that thing in your watch. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. Okay, got Bloodborne 2, which, okay. Got Plans for Zombies. Red Dead Redemption 2, that's gonna be there probably in some form of Rockstar. People are still claiming for the Final Fantasy VII remake. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. No. At this point, that game ain't gonna show up. Maybe a trailer, but you're not gonna see gameplay or anything else until probably 2020 or 2012. 2020 or 2022. Bayonetta 3, I think you're gonna see not only a teaser trailer, but I think you're gonna see gameplay, and that's gonna come out 2020. Oh, Devil May Cry 5, which here's hoping that it's actually going to be there. Maybe that'd be really cool. And then maybe some said Gears of War 5 might show up. That'd be interesting, even though I don't know why. Okay. Gears of War Battle Royale. Oh, look. Another Splinter Cell game. That'd be interesting. And then you got the Destiny 2 expansion, Comet. And you got Just Cause 4. Some people say they want to see that. And Darkstalkers 3, that's not going to be there, probably. Biomutant, is the Borderlands 3? Nope, that's not going to be there. Deus Ex, oh yeah, that's gone. That's never going to come back again. But yeah, those are the games E3. And I want to hear what you have to think. And what do y'all think is going to happen for what is going to happen in E3? Some good, some bad, maybe something interesting. Here's hoping that we will see something positive and engaging. Anyway, this is the show ending, and I hope you had a good time. Hoping this was a show that brings a lot of positivity to you. Anyway, this is Dukect T here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.